Hey everybody, this is Texas Danny, and I'm coming to you from Thursday evening, 29 September 2022, here in the Pizza Parlor in North Texas. It's a quiet Thursday night. The great chef is behind the bar, so we're doing his magic. I'd like to talk to you all a little bit about the situation that we have going on with Earth at the moment. Again, to remind those of you who are a little confused perhaps about the nature of the channel and the experiences that those of myself and other people who have the quantum effect or the Mandela effect, we have a completely different set of memories from this historical Earth, okay? And they're distinctly set aside in the fact that these are not vague reincarnation memories or something like that. They're chronological, like from 2015 to 2016 and so on. We have good memories of what we knew as people, okay? Only to find ourselves suddenly in adjusted phases on another version of Earth, okay? All watching Earth in distinctly different changes, amazing changes. I want to just talk with you briefly tonight and go over certain points. One, with the Earth, I'm going to mention the Denali Wave. That is the Denali mountain range. Used to be Mount McKinley in the past, before it was changed by President Obama. And if I'm correct on that, and the mountain has a tremendous amount of water, and so it all goes to British Columbia on down into the western United States and so forth, North America. We have a lot of activity with our water on this Earth, a lot of activity. The Earth's water is being manipulated extremely so and definitely. All right, but just mentioning that, going to the West Coast again, I'd like to mention that I distinctly see San Francisco headed further southeast, Los Angeles headed further south. The entire southwestern United States of America is affected, but so is northern Mexico is also affected. The Gulf of California is opening very, very wide now. And the changes to the Mexican West Coast are distinct and they're pronounced. They're very, very prolific. They're very active changes. Mexico is becoming distinctly smaller, very much smaller. And 100 miles to 150 miles west of Monterrey, Mexico, in the Sierra Madre mountain ranges are having distinct and amazing changes as well. But we have Mexico narrowing down, the Yucatan Peninsula going much further east than it was before. Mild reality, it was much, much larger and much further west. We have the changes to the Caribbean, the Bahamas. We just had Hurricane Ian hit the Florida coast, and I believe that's part of the transformation process. Water is the key element of manipulation for the transformations, and we are in changes in every possible direction. We're primarily going east, but we break east, southeast, or northeast. We're also going down and also breaking in other directions as well. Northern South America is having distinct changes. We have distinct changes on the west coast of South America to Peru. Bolivia is under tremendous amounts of changes. So is Argentina and Chile. We are having the Amazon in the south is radically disappearing right now. In the southern part of the Amazon. That is basically a lush flowing carpet right now. And it's going to be moving with South America as South America moves further east still. We have Africa also having the effects that's coming off Antarctica, in southern Africa and up into central Africa. We have the changes that are coming from the Giza Plateau going into Chad, going into Nigeria, into Lagos. That split is opening up. The Chad split, rift. Chad Rift is opening up. The East African Rift is opening up. The Red Sea is having changes right now as we are having a very large gravitational displacement in central Saudi, right under the capital. Okay, you have the Gulf of Aden. You have the activities with Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran. All those areas are in quantum flux. They are moving much, much faster than Newtonian physics can accommodate. The geological patterns that I have watched moving are like a very, very slow motion video, but I can still see them moving, right? We have the Caspian Sea, the Black Sea, the Mediterranean Sea are all closing in their areas. And this is causing a lot of our angst that we are having going on right now, as well as the Baltic. The Baltics are under changes. That is why Copenhagen is extremely, extremely serious. But Copenhagen has more than one meaning, by the way. There are several applications for Copenhagen. Okay, also coming up are the changes to Russia coming out of Iran and Afghanistan, going into Central Asia, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan. Those areas all through Central Asia are going to be in mighty, mighty changes, and it's going to be going right up through Russia and China. These areas are going to continue to go, and they're going to go through Mongolia, which is gaining water, and Lake Baikal, which is going under tremendous changes all the way from Siberia out to the Pacific. Japan is under tremendous changes. China is under tremendous changes. Shanghai has been particularly amazing changes that Shanghai has gone through. Moved much further north than what she was before. Okay, we're going to have changes going out from the deepest parts of the Pacific out into the Pacific. Our islands are going to be coming up. We're going to have changes going all the way out to French Polynesia, back again towards Antarctica. For those of you who are in New Zealand, I know and I respect many of you who have your lifelong memories of New Zealand being in that position, in that location all your life. That's going to be the basic model that you have. The northern New Zealand island has changed. The peninsula that Auckland is on has gone far northwest, right? Hawke's Bay is having some distinct changes. The southern island as well. Primarily, New Zealand is going southeast, east, in those directions, out into the Southern Sea. It's a big area out there. That's a lot of activity right out there right now. But we are having multiple changes. Again, the Gulf of California is opening up wider. The Mexican coast is disappearing. The Gulf of Mexico is becoming smaller. Again, Europe is becoming smaller. We need to watch the Geneva wave. We have had changes in the area of Geneva to the lake, which is generally always went north to northeast, has now had a much harder eastern bent to it now. Graz, Austria has moved, and this is going to change a lot of things, going all the way down into the Adriatic, into Greece. Be looking for around the area of Hellas, northern Macedonia, right? Both Greece and northern Macedonia, right in that area. And Italy is having tremendous changes as well. We have Tunisia coming up hard and fast onto Sicily, because the Mediterranean is closing, and she's closing her areas fast. Well, I'd like to thank you for the listen tonight. It's been a little bit of a lengthy brief, but water is going to be the key element, which is going to be changing all our significant areas for the progression of the changes of the format that is going to be implemented as we drop and we close and we become smaller and smaller. Thank you for the listen. Texas Danny out.